Good evening, friends. Or actually, it's still afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I am super excited about this Sunday afternoon. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I think so. For those of you that are tuning in, please drop a one down in the chat or say yes down in the chat if you can hear and see me well. So I am streaming into my Facebook group, Easy AI Prompts, and I'm also streaming on YouTube. But I'm just going to check to make sure that I am live in the Facebook group, and I'm going to share it out to my page as well. Um, so let me see. Yep, we are live in the group. Okay, awesome. So just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, please drop a yes down in the chat. And I am going to send a link to make sure that you guys can um, participate in the conversation from the Facebook group, and then I can see your name if you drop a comment, and that will allow me to acknowledge you on screen. So, um, let me get into it. So, I am Meredith. I am the founder and creator at Reclaim It AI, and I also recently created the group Easy AI Prompts. So, I am so excited about that group because earlier today it was how many people is it in the group now? 771 people. That is so awesome. So I'm excited. The group is only maybe like 3 weeks old. So welcome, you guys. I am super glad you're here. For everybody that's been participating in the chat, sharing prompts, dropping images from the prompts that are in the group. I appreciate you all. Just welcome. I'm glad, super glad you're here. I hope you're learning something about how to use AI, how to prompt like the image generators. We have some ChatGPT prompts in the group as well. So I hope that you're learning how to get started with ChatGPT, or if you are already a user of ChatGPT, I hope that the prompts are helping you improve your the outputs that you're getting from ChatGPT. I hope it's helping you improve your conversations and get what you need done. I am like a ChatGPT fan, obviously. And actually, so I was away for my birthday. I just celebrated a birthday this past Tuesday. And I was away. I was traveling for my birthday, but while I was traveling, ChatGPT celebrated its 1 year anniversary, or its first birthday. It turned one on November 30th. So that's super exciting because I've been on there since the very beginning. I think I really got active on ChatGPT probably maybe January or February, but I have been on there since day one because I have been hearing in the media that it was coming, and I wanted to know what this ChatGPT was. And I must say, in my opinion, it has been a game changer. Total game changer. What about you? How do you feel that ChatGPT has changed your life in the past year? Like, have you been using it since the beginning? Are you new to it? Have you not used it yet? If you have been using it since the beginning, put a one because you're a day one. Drop a one down in the comment. If you are a relatively new user or haven't been on there that long, put a two down in the comments. I kind of want to know where people are in their journey with using artificial intelligence in these text um, generation applications. And if you have yet to start using ChatGPT, put a three in the comments, but also share why if you feel if you're comfortable sharing. Let me know why you haven't started using ChatGPT yet, because one of my goals is to help Gen Xers like me. I'm a part of Gen X, particularly Black Gen Xers. I want to help us learn how to use artificial intelligence tools. To make them work for us, to help us work not smarter or work smarter but not harder, to make work life, business life, and personal life easier. One of my goals is, or one of the things I do is share tips to help people learn how to use AI. I demonstrate AI tools on my platforms, like on Facebook as well as on YouTube. And I help people get useful and meaningful results when they use artificial intelligence. So, my goal is actually to teach 10,000 Gen Xers how to use AI tools like ChatGPT and some of these image generators. So, if that is you, please stick around, hang around, and let's get to it. So the big reason why I invited you guys here today is I want you guys to meet Indira. Have you heard about Indira yet? If you have heard about Indira, drop a comment, please. Indira is my new digital assistant that I'm super excited about, and I'm going to be demonstrating her today. So, let me just make sure. Yep, we're live in the group. Okay, so um, we are going to introduce those of you who have not played around with Indira yet. I am going to introduce Indira today, but let me just circle back on my housekeeping. I wanted to welcome everyone to Easy AI Prompts. And if you are not already a member of Easy AI Prompts, let me grab the link for you so that you guys can join. Um, because we're running on Facebook and YouTube. So I want to drop a link to the group for people that may not already be in the group. I want you guys to be able to have access to the group. So I just dropped that down in the chat. And hello, I see hello from a Facebook user, but I can't tell who it is. But welcome, I'm glad you're here. So I am going to share my screen and let you guys meet Indira. So let me do that now. Okay, here we go. I don't know why that comment keeps popping up. That's from an older live stream. But okay, so this is Indira. And Indira is my digital assistant. She's a digital assistant for Reclaim It AI, which is my artificial intelligence consulting company. So basically, Indira can answer your questions just like I can answer your questions. Indira is trained to answer your questions, help you learn more about artificial intelligence tools, and it's been super fun to create her and play with her. So it's been interesting because people have been playing around with her. I released her on Friday and people have been playing around with her since. Let me make sure that I'm centered in the camera. Okay. Sorry y'all. Um People have been playing around with her since Friday, and it's been kind of interesting. Like some of the questions that people have been asking, like somebody asked how they could use artificial intelligence to grow their church. Um, People have asked about like project management. People have asked about creating better AI generated images, how to fix. So, one of the things about AI is it doesn't do the best. It's getting better with doing hands, but it doesn't do the best with like hands and fingers. And sometimes that's one of the ways that you can really tell that an image is AI generated. So somebody asked Indira, like, how can they make sure that the hands and fingers and stuff look anatomically correct. And so Indira gave some insight on what you could do. So let's play around with Indira. If somebody from the live stream has a question for her, drop it down in the chat and we can ask her and see what she says. But I want to just ask her. So let's say, hey Indira, how can I get started using Chat GPT? What's the best way to ask my questions. Let's see what Indira says. So she's thinking, and it takes her a few moments to think. And because I am live streaming, it kind of slows my computer down a little bit. So it may take her a few seconds longer, but she'll respond. So, okay, she has responded. So let's see what she has to say. Ooh, she gave a lengthy answer. So, hello and welcome. Getting started with ChatGPT is quite simple. ChatGPT is designed to hold conversations with users and can understand natural language, so you can ask your questions just like you would with speaking with a human. And you guys are able to see the screen okay? I think so. Be specific. The Be specific with your question. The more accurate ChatGPT's response will be. For example, instead of asking, "How do I cook?" ask, "Can you provide a recipe for making lasagna?" So, did you guys catch that? So, one thing I noticed when I was kind of reviewing some of the conversations that people are having with Indira, um, sometimes people are not as specific, and that's one thing that I'm going to be creating some content around going forward. Is when you ask questions, you want to be as specific as possible, and that way ChatGPT or even Indira is going to be able to give you a thorough and comprehensive response that's probably going to help you, as opposed to if you ask something a little bit more generic. Because I noticed that someone asked, or they didn't ask the question, they kind of gave the statement, um, create a project management tool. And so, like, Indira asked the question, like, how can I help you today? So, it's best to respond to Indira, or like if you're talking to ChatGPT, it's best to respond or query them with a actual question. So it would be better, instead of saying create project management tools, it would be best to say, can you help me with some ideas for a project management tool that does X? Or say like a project management tool that creates a user story. Can you help me with an idea for how to create a tool around that? And it will, be able to better able answer that question than to just, if you just say create a project management tool. It is That's not giving it enough information really to do a good job. So ultimately, like these chatbots, and ChatGPT, these are what do you call it, they're robots, they're computers, and they're, kind of, they serve at our pleasure. They want to help us. They want to do a good job for us. So because they don't have nothing else to do, so that's their job, is to do a good job for us. So the more specific you make your question, the better they are able to answer. So let's continue looking to see what she has to say. So be specific, provide context. If your question relates to something you've previously talked about, give a little bit of context to help ChatGPT understand what you mean. For example, following up on a discussion about gardening, which flowers thrive in shaded areas. So I want to provide a little bit more detail about this particular answer. So it's important to recognize that when you're talking to ChatGPT, it only remembers the current conversation. So, and what I mean by that is it only remembers the conversation in that particular thread. So let me do, while I'm talking to Indira, I'm going to pull up ChatGPT too, so you guys can kind of see my screen. Let me see. I want to make sure you can see the whole. There we go. Okay. So you guys can see that window. So, oops, I did that too quick. Okay, so over here on the left hand side, you guys can see kind of like my chat history. Um, so each of these is let me see. I asked ChatGPT a question for this lady that I was trying to help on Facebook. So we'll go to this one. So this is a conversation here. So it's called Weekend Side Jobs. And this is just like a plugin that I use. But if you don't have like a plugin engaged, you can still see your chat history here on the left hand side. So um, this is just showing a conversation that I had with her. So if I wanted to come back to this, so I started this conversation yesterday. So if I wanted to come back to this today, I can still say, can you give me a few more ideas? And it'll still remember this conversation. So it's giving, more ideas about side hustles that this person can do. But as this relates to what Indira was saying, um, so she said to provide questions or provide context if your question relates to something that you previously talked about. So the reason why I wanted to show you in ChatGPT, this only means like in this conversation. So ChatGPT will remember this conversation from like up here where I asked it what are some extra elementary, some extra ways an elementary school teacher can make some extra money. But it's not gonna remember where I had this conversation. You see over here where I had a conversation about my professional bio. I was asking ChatGPT to help me clean up my professional bio. If I ask ChatGPT in this thread, do you remember when you helped me with my professional bio? It's not going to have any frame of reference or any recollection of that because that's a completely different conversation. So it will remember your conversation like if you come back to this thread like 3 weeks later, a month later, however long later, it'll remember from this particular thread or this particular conversation. But it's not, you can't ask this conversation to recall what you talked about over here, like when I was asking it about my bio. So I hope that makes sense. You can't cross reference individual conversations, but you can continue a conversation for as long as you want. So I hope that makes sense. If that's not clear to somebody, please let me know and I can explain that a little bit further. So let's get back to Indira's response. My dog is over here playing with her bone, making noises. Sorry if that's loud. But anyway, so the other tips that she has is use natural language. Is designed to understand everyday language, so there's no need to use overly complex phrases or technical jargon as it pertains to your question. So that's a great tip. So just talk to ChatGPT just like you would talk to me, like you would talk to your homegirl, your homeboy, your mom, your aunt, cousin, whoever. Just talk to it like you would talk to a person. It says use correct grammar and spelling. And so ChatGPT can handle like minor, you know, misspellings or whatever, but if you get too far off, it may get a little bit confused. So just, try to do your best. Like if you have Grammarly or spell check or something like that on your browser, just try to make, clean up your sentences and clean up your words and stuff as best you can because that's going to prevent ChatGPT from getting confused. And then her last recommendation is to try different prompts. If you don't get the desired result, you could try rephrasing your question. And I have found something that's really helpful, in my opinion, is if you start out kind of asking like a general question and you don't really get an in-depth answer like you were kind of expecting, ask ChatGPT to go different or go deeper. Say, hey, I was looking for something a little more comprehensive and thorough. Can you explain that, step by step, or could you give me some detailed information, or just, rephrase the question and ask ChatGPT to go a little bit deeper. So finally, um, or not finally, but next, she provides a prompt. So she says, here's an example of a prompt that you can use to get started. ChatGPT, I'm interested in photography. Can you offer some advice on taking better landscape photos? So, do you see how it gave some context to the question? So, it's asking especially about landscape photos, or like if you want to do headshots or portraits or something like that, you could swap out, the landscape for, or a portrait or headshot. So, that's how you get better responses out of ChatGPT. And so then she goes on to recommend resources on our website as well as our exclusive AI toolkit. And she asks for your name and email address so that she or our company can send you our exclusive AI toolkit. So I think that's pretty cool. Don't you think that's pretty cool? So this is Indira. I hope you guys like Indira and have been using her. Let me drop the link to Indira because I want you guys to check her out. So let me grab her link and put that down in the chat. And I want to look at, I want to go through a couple more of the questions that I've been looking at for her. And does anybody have any questions so far about using ChatGPT or using Indira? While I'm pulling up some of the questions. Okay, so and one thing, okay, so earlier today somebody asked a question about how to make 360 images. Like, do you have any suggestions? That was the question that they asked for Indira. So to my understanding, 360 images is a like a photography technique, and I think they have like those, you know how I don't know if you've ever seen like the Google Maps car that goes down the street and it has like the camera on top that kind of like spins. And I think you can take 360 pictures with your iPhone. I don't know if it's a full 360, but it doesn't go like, it's not 3D, but I think it'll do like a whole pan shot where it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like 360, but it doesn't get, I think, the full sky. But that's not really a AI technique, but I did a little bit of research on my own. So Indira did do a pretty good job of responding to this person. Um, and she recommended that their software, and you need the right camera equipment as well as like software stitching that you need in order to, I guess, put the pieces of the image together on the back end, like in the post processing. But I did do a little bit of research, and it seems like there is an AI tool that does create 360 images. So that actually was a great question because I'm going to add that piece of information to Indira's knowledge base. So Indira is trained um, on like information about my company. She's trained on some of the frequently asked questions that I have gotten as a result of, doing live streams on Facebook every week. I did a 12-week series of talking about AI. So Indira has been like trained and programmed on some of the questions that came out of those conversations. Like she's been trained on the products and services that we have at my company. So that's how she's kind of able to draw on, and she's also, she has access to ChatGPT, so she can fill in things that she's not trained on. She can fill that in like with ChatGPT, if that makes sense. So that's how she's able to answer people's questions. Um, by kind of drawing on her knowledge base. So I think that is pretty slick. I am really impressed myself. I'm impressed with how rapidly artificial intelligence is like really advancing. If you like just think about like a year ago, we did not have access to this technology, and it is so incredibly helpful. There are so many things that you can do with ChatGPT, and we went over a lot of that in the 12 weeks of the live streams that we did. But you can use like ChatGPT and other AI tools to help you um, job search, like, or not job search, but to help you like apply for jobs, like to help you just be like more efficient. You can use artificial intelligence to help you like with meeting minutes, to give you summaries. Um, there are so many different ways that you can use artificial intelligence. And I want to show you guys. Um, one of my favorite prompts because in addition to Indira, um, you guys can go, and use Indira whenever you like at the link that I share below. But in addition to, chatting with Indira, you can also get access to one of our prompt guides. And our prompt guide is, let's see. The name of our prompt guide is ChatGPT Prompt Guide for Professionals and Entrepreneurs. And I actually just put my favorite prompt in the guide today because it's one of my favorites and I added it as a bonus. But I want to share it with you guys here just as a way for you guys to see how you can use ChatGPT. So, this is my favorite prompt. So, I'm going to start a new chat and I'm going to paste this prompt and I'm going to swap this out. So here you could take a look at the prompt. It says, "Hi, I am a," you're supposed to insert your profession. "Can you please give me 15 examples of how I can use ChatGPT to be more efficient, automate some tasks, make work life easier, and not work so hard? How can ChatGPT help me work smarter?" So I'm just going to choose a random profession. So I'm going to say accountant. So I am an accountant. Please give me 15 examples of how I can use ChatGPT to be more efficient. So let's see what ChatGPT has to say. And I like to name stuff. I don't know why I'm like this, but I call ChatGPT Starlet. I don't know why I gave her that nickname. But so this is what Starlet has to say. As you can see, Starlet has given us 15 ideas. So let's see what they are. Automating data entry. So, mind you, this is for an accountant. So, automating data entry, financial reporting, get assistance with tax calculations, automate the generation and management of invoices, set up reminders for account receivable and payable, budget planning and analysis, financial forecasting, expense tracking and analysis, regulatory compliance, audit preparation, client communication. And that's a big one. If nothing else, like sometimes people struggle to understand how they can use ChatGPT. And one of the main ways that anybody can use ChatGPT is with your communication. So if you need to write a letter to someone, you need to write an email, um, for work or personal reasons, ChatGPT is an excellent tool to help you sound professional, friendly. It can help you, especially if you're dealing with somebody and they kind of rubbed you the wrong way and you getting ready to respond and go off. ChatGPT is super helpful with helping you pull a little bit of that snark out of your email, helping you like remain professional and get your point across and be kind of firm but not be nasty. So that's one of the that's one of the reasons I love ChatGPT because you can write your little nasty gram email and ChatGPT will help you clean it up. That's one of my favorite ways to use it. Client communication, so that's client and colleague communication, or anyone. Learning and development, you can use ChatGPT for. You can find out like about industry trends. You can help it, or you can ask it to help you do market research. So bear in mind that this current version of ChatGPT, which is ChatGPT version 4, is current up through I think April of 2023. So, but it also has access to the internet, so you can ask it to go out and reference the internet. But its training is up to date as of April. So you may not get super if you're looking to do market research, you may not get super, trendy information like what's happening like this past summer or whatever. But broadly speaking, you can ask it to help you do some market research. Custom scripting for spreadsheets is a way that you can use ChatGPT. Query resolution. Um, and that's like you can create like a knowledge base. You can ask ChatGPT to help you create a knowledge base. So if you wanted to create a digital assistant or a chatbot like Indira to answer questions for your clients, you can use ChatGPT in that way too to help you build your knowledge base for your chatbot. And the last two, risk assessment, analyze financial data and assess, mitigate potential risk. And then the last one is efficiency tips and best practices. So you can ask ChatGPT, what are some of the best practices? So let's do that. Let's explore 15 a little more. And I'll just say for tax accounting. So it's giving you some tips and strategies on what you can do. So I see some good ideas in here, particularly implement a checklist system if that's not something that you've already done. Like as an accountant, if you're going to be working with people's taxes, you can create like a little checklist to send to your clients, even use it for yourself. um Continuing education, I think that kind of goes without saying. I think a lot of accountants, especially people that do tax preparation, they have to stay on top of their the annual training that goes along with that. Client communication. um And what was the other good one I saw? Because you can, as an accountant or any really business person or professional, you can use ChatGPT to, excuse me, you guys, pardon me. Um, you can use ChatGPT to improve your client communication or help you write your client communication. Say, this is December. I don't know if you started doing your outreach for tax season already. Pardon me, probably so. But if not, you could ask ChatGPT to help you, write the letter, your outbound marketing that you're gonna send to, your old customers, to let them know, that you're preparing for tax season for, the 2023 tax year, and whatever it is that you want to say, you can ask ChatGPT to help you write that letter. So all you gotta do is print them off and put them in the mail. You don't have to worry yourself about when you sit down at the computer, like, what am I going to say? Like, ChatGPT can knock that out for you in like less than 2 minutes. um, and the last one is audit support and representation. So that's a good one. So now I will say that ChatGPT is a well trained tool, but you as a professional, know best and know um, what all is required. Like if you need to support somebody for an audit and represent them with the IRS, what's all involved in that. But ChatGPT can help you draft a lot of that communication, do the help you do the research and stuff like that. You would just need to review it for factual accuracy. So that's what I wanted to share with you from my favorite prompt. And my favorite prompt is a part of um the the prompt guide that I have for professionals and entrepreneurs. And I am offering a 50% discount on that particular prompt guide just for today, in recognition of my birthday, since I just had a birthday this past week. So if you guys are interested in copping that prompt guide. I can drop a link to that in the chat. And does anybody have any questions about Indira, about ChatGPT? Does anybody have any suggestions or recommendations for um, classes for the upcoming year? Because we're going to be offering classes in the new year, but I want to make sure that I'm offering what you guys need. So I definitely want to hear from you about like the challenges and stuff that you have, what you're interested in learning in terms of AI, and yeah, what are you interested in knowing the most about? Like if you had to prioritize like your top, is it ChatGPT? Is it Midjourney? Is it Dali? Like in terms of image creation, what do you want to know? Um, my goal really is to, like I said earlier, I want to work with Gen X people that have not really gotten into artificial intelligence yet, because they're afraid of it. They don't think that it's for them, or they think that it's a fad and it's going away. I really want to bring those people along and show you guys how you can use ChatGPT to really help you in your work life, as well as personal life. There are so many things that it can help you do. So if you have questions, drop them down in the chat. I'll be checking in after this video to see like what comments there are and stuff. So if you guys have questions or comments, feel free to drop them below, or you can send me a message and I'll be sure to read them and respond to you. But I am going to wrap up with going back to Indira. So let me see. Let me share my. Indira asked me for. Wait, you guys see my screen? No. Here we go. Okay, so Indira asked me, she was like, if you need more detailed guidance and resources, I'd be happy to assist you further. And if you're interested in receiving our exclusive AI toolkit that can help you explore and understand AI tools better, please let me know your name and email, and I'll have it sent your way. So I want to demonstrate how she responds once I do that. So I'm gonna say, oh sure, I love the toolkit. My name is Meredith, and my email is hello at reclaimitai.com. Thanks. So she's thinking, so she says, thank you, Meredith. I've arranged for the exclusive toolkit to be sent to your email. You'll find it filled with valuable resources to help you get started and make the most out of AI tools like ChatGPT. If you have more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. Enjoy your exploration of or into the world of AI. Awesome. Thank you. So that is my demonstration of Indira. So who thinks that's cool? If you remember my name, you're welcome, Meredith. If you ever have more questions or need assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a wonderful day. So I'm excited about her. So I hope that you guys play with her and let me know what you think about her. And if you have any questions, be sure to drop those in the chat. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.